Hi, everyone. It's Wendy. I'm the author of A Life Postponed, and this is Encore Living. And today I want to talk to you about hotels. And I'm not talking about chain hotels or all inclusive resorts. I'm talking about maybe small boutique hotels, which are where you experience the people and the country that you're going to. So I can tell you first off, if you want to do any of these places, it's it's so much easier to do it through a travel advisor who already knows all this stuff. But today I'm going to assume that you're going to do it yourself. So I've got some tips for you. And because I can't remember anything, I've written down a cheat sheet for myself. So let's get started. When I was a travel advisor myself before COVID, I, uh, I specialized in small boutique properties because by the time I think you're older and over 50 or 60 or whatever, you're more interested in learning more about the people and the country where you're going. And the experience is so much better when you're staying in smaller places. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Um, so let's see. The first thing I would suggest to you is to go to the website, the tourism websites of the country or the state or wherever you're going, and go there first and see what they've got to offer. A lot of these websites offer actually itineraries as well, where you and they suggest hotels or places for you to stay. I know that Ireland has a great one, and Scotland. A lot of the states have really good ones too. So yeah. So I would, that's the first place I think I would start. Next up, I would suggest that you. Well, let's talk about different kind of accommodation. There's B&Bs, where you can get your half board or your full board or all inclusive meals. Then you could stay at lodges, boutique hotels, themed hotels, guest houses, dude ranches, farmhouses, castle stays. All these are available, and you can get hotels that little inns that accommodate maybe 12 rooms, instead of 100 rooms. So that is really special. I think it is. So the first thing you'll probably think you can do is you go to a booking site like booking.com or Trivago, and you input all the stuff that you are looking for, and it'll spit out a list of places that you might want to stay, wherever you're going. Another option, though, is to if you've picked a hotel, you've already got that. You can go to these booking sites and see what deals you can get. It might tell you you get a special price if you pay up front, or what the cancellation fees are, or if there's cancellation right up to a couple of days before. So that's all good information. But I would like to suggest, once you've done that, I have done it myself. I have gone to the website of the hotel that I was looking at, and they'll often say, if you book direct with us, we'll give you a better price, because then they don't have to go through the booking engines and pay for their services. So that's an idea. If you already know where you want to stay, give them a call. Well, no, check on site. You can book them online and see if they've got a better price, and they usually do. But you also have to check to make sure that what you're going to get, like meals or a free breakfast or something along that line. And I don't know if you are aware, but there's different kinds of breakfasts. There's your buffet breakfast, your continental breakfast, your American breakfast, and your English breakfast. And they're very different. And I think the American breakfast is the best. It's the biggest. But yeah, you some places they'll say it's continental, and you'll get a muffin and a coffee. So keep that in mind when you're booking on your own. Okay, so when you go online, or let's say you're on Facebook, or you're watching a video or something, and you see a commercial where the guy comes on and says, uh, "Oh, I paid a couple of $100 for my room. I really like my room. It's a great deal. And then the other guys laugh at him and say, well, we got a much better deal when we booked through this booking engine, and we paid half of what you paid. But you're comparing apples to oranges in that respect, because you don't know what room they're talking about. The guys who got the price at half price may have rooms that are facing the parking lot, whereas the guy who paid a couple of hundred, he's got a view of the ocean. So you don't know that. So you have to, take that into consideration. It's a bit deceiving. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Let's talk here about small places usually can't afford advertising for themselves. It's just out of their budget. So what they usually do is go with consortiums, and consortiums will represent, dozens and dozens, or just even a few little inns and bed and breakfast or whatever, and they will advertise to the travel agents and let them know what's available. And so you don't really hear about them. So you should look into the consortiums. And I will give you a list, just a short list, because there's tons and tons of them. Some of the consortiums are small luxury hotels of the world. Roules and Chateaux, leading hotels of the world, preferred hotels and resorts, Ireland's Blue Book, that's a good one, Inspirations by Arts and Leisures Tours, Charming Italy, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And these places will give you a really good idea of what's available. They often have little perks that you can get if you book through them. So do check them out. Now, I don't know what your budget is, but a lot of these places cover, I think Charming Italy, they cover less expensive properties. Ireland's Blue Book would have the full range, so keep that in mind. Also, when you book through consortiums, they will often have perks like an upgrade. As soon as you get there, you get an upgrade if there's something. If it's available, you get it. So keep that in mind. What else can I tell you? If you want to stay at a hotel that is expensive and you normally couldn't afford it, consider going in the shoulder seasons or go off season, and then prices will definitely drop, in some places. And a lot of these consortiums, well, most of them, they may specialize in certain countries, but places like, and I've booked through these pieces, small luxury hotels of the world, they book properties in British Columbia, and I have booked them and gotten some spectacular deals. Not just the price, but what they get for that price. So yeah, keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that if you're booking in Europe or someplace outside of Canada and the US, the square footage of the rooms are different, the size of the beds are different, and you may even have to share a bathroom. So make sure you're looking at all the details, because you want to make sure you're getting what you want. And what else can I tell you? That's about it. That's like what I can tell you. So if you want more information on these places, and I will put all their the websites of the places that I mentioned below in the comment section, I will put that there for you. You'll have it. You can check them out yourself. It's a really good idea. They give you great information. They give you pictures. So you've got a really good idea of what you're getting before you lay out any money at all. Okay. So that's it for me for today. I wanted to keep it fairly short because there's just so much information on that. So if you like the contents of this video, then please subscribe so you'll know when I drop the next one, which happens to be on tours. Okay? So I'll see you then, and thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Wendy at Encore Living. Bye-bye.